Alright, check this thing out. 1960's Hydro Mite mini jet boat. Thing's super cool. Picked it up for 300 bucks. It's pretty much complete. Pretty good shape too. The guy had it stored underneath a semi. He said that he bought it from a guy who had a motorcycle he wanted, and he did a package deal on this and the motorcycle, and he said he had no use for this. So I got this thing for 300 bucks. He had it listed for 500. These were made in the 60s, primarily used by kids at water parks. They would take them around ponds and stuff, and they were pretty big thing back in the day. They have a 7 horsepower engine in the front, really unique. Check this out. So this thing opens up, and there's a little engine in there. Looks to be in excellent condition. Here's the gas line going to the back, where there's a gas tank, which is missing. I think that's the only piece missing. But little dual cylinder. It's hard to see the spark plugs and everything in there. We'll take a closer look when we get inside. But I think it was fitted with electric start at one point. You can see the starter engine right there. It's missing the throttle cable that goes into the engine. But it does have the choke hooked up and the starter pull cord hooked up. So if electric start doesn't work, at least we have pull start as well. The exhaust coming out through here. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be hooked up to something. It looks like it was cut off here, but that closes like that. And what's really cool is that leads down into a lower unit where there's the prop and everything. I'll show you guys that quick. So this is the lower unit. It's like a mini boat with the propeller in there. Pretty cool. And it sucks in water through here to cool down the engine, and then this whole thing spins. It looks to be in good condition as well. Everything spins. And there's actually a little oil port, just like a boat. You can see the oil level right there. And the lower oil bolt right there, the drain bolt. Then in the back here, this opens up. And let's see. There's the rudder in the back. You can see it was welded at one point. Looks like it's just aluminum. And that fits on the back over here. And obviously you steer with that. You can see the gas line isn't hooked up. There used to be a gas tank in here. We'll have to find one small enough for this. But it looks like it was just like a little circular gas tank it hooked up to. Pretty cool. You can see the old stickers on it. Rizlone Racing. It was last registered in Michigan in 1971 was the latest date, and it was then registered in 68. So I'm guessing it was like mid-50s they bought this, and then registered in 68, and only rode it a couple of years. And then 71 they probably put it away for reasons unknown. I don't know if it blew up. I don't know anything about the engine, so we'll figure that out today. But I thought it was a pretty cool project. Pretty cool blue, retro blue. Definitely unique. This is where the water comes out for the engine. There's a little hose in there. We'll have to figure that out too. So here it is. We'll take a closer look at the engine here and just see what we've got going on for the engine. I think it's a Johnson. That's what I've read from online. You can see pretty cool. There's the electric start right there. But it doesn't have any battery or any hookup for the electric start, so I'm not really sure why that's there. Maybe it was like an add-on feature, I'm not really sure. But you can see the 2 spark plugs down here. You got a little fuel pump right here. Kind of see it. Little carburetor. You can see the choke is hooked up, and that is working. The throttle goes right to here. That is not hooked up right now. You can see the lever for the throttle right here. Just like a little brake lever. It actually goes through the pole right here and wraps around. I saw some diagrams online that had that. It does turn over, so that is good. Yeah, pretty simple engine, nothing too much to it. Trying to see any model numbers or anything on here. You can see the sticker right here says Best Marine. What does it say? Best Marine something. Best Marine Corporation. That was from Michigan. Guessing that's where he bought it from. Here are the engine numbers. You can see there's 535510 on the engine there. This thing does have points. You can see set points to 0.02 inches. We'll have to dig into that later. Here's another little number on the steering. You can see L285VDB, whatever that means. Pretty interesting. Let's see which way the engine rotates here. So this comes up. And rotates the engine that way. Alright, so I'm pretty sure the engine spins this way. That's the way the pull cord goes on. And that's the way the starter works. So you can see it's spinning clockwise. So that's pretty standard. I think what we're going to start with is getting those spark plugs out and then getting some oil down the engine. And obviously we'll see if we have spark. Hard to see which spark plug goes where. I'm going to take one out at a time because those coil wires are pretty close to each other. You can see them here. It's hard to differentiate them, so we'll get those out of there. Holy. Wow, that plug was really in there. Oh boy, it's a little rusty. Look at that. That's not a good sign. Little rusty. She was really in there though, tight. Get some oil in there. Alright, spin this around a couple times. Oh, it's going to be hard to see, but we're going to check for spark next. Right in there. So just look for a little flicker coming from that direction. We'll get the pull cord set up here. I don't know if there's an on button for this or not. Here we go. Oh, I saw a spark. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. It's hard to see. It's got some compression. Alright, you guys take a look, see if you see any light flashing in there. It's really hard to see. Sorry again. Huh. It's really hard to tell. Wish we had that starter working. Try this again. Alright, we can spin this with the drill now. Hope the guys get a better look at it. Not seeing any spark. That's not good. Let's get the other one out and see if we need spark in that one. Mark the top one with some blue tape so I don't mess them up. Ooh, that plug's a little rough as well. Yikes. That is not looking too good. We'll see if any of them have spark here. Have to clean up those plugs a little bit. You guys take a closer look at that one. No spark, and then down there. Man, it's hard to see in there. Oh, there's something. There's something. That one's sparking. So we've got one sparking. Let's see what's going on with that spark plug. Maybe it's just a spark plug. Alright, so we tried the other plug. We still have no spark on the top spark plug. So I think it's probably the points acting up. So let's take off the flywheel. The points should be underneath there somewhere, I would think. And we can clean those off. I'm sure they're all rusty and not too good. That's gonna be a tricky one to get out. All right, we have a puller on there. Let's see what happens. Got her. Oh. Man, oh man. Flywheel looks really good. Points look amazing too. This one looks brand new. Look at everything in here. It looks brand new. We'll clean those contacts off, but that looks really good. Everything looks great. These are cracked a little bit. Maybe put some super glue so those don't come off. But other than that, everything looks really good. Alright, just gonna take a little sandpaper and file down the points just a little bit. All right, points are all clean. All right, we got spark. Check it out down there. See if it can do it. I think it needs to be held up against something. So it seemed like down there, there's a better ground for the engine, and that's why that was working down there. But it is sparking good. I just can't hold it there. Oh, there we go. Let's see if you guys can see it. It's not up against the metal. Well, let's see if you guys can see it this time. Yeah, it's really hard to see. Well, just gonna have to take my word for it, but we have spark on both cylinders now. That's awesome. Let's stick a compression tester in there and just see what we get for compression. All right, let's get a compression tester in there. If we can. All right. It's gonna be hard to do throttle open on it. I'll try. See what we get here. Where's the throttle? We've got about 90 pounds of compression. That's enough to start. Let's see what the other cylinder here. Here we go. Let's see what we get. Throttle open. I think that's open, yep. About 90. So both have 90 pounds of compression. Pretty decent. So hopefully she'll run. That would be awesome. All right, let's get some gas going to it. We're just going to use this gas tank. Dip that in there. See if anything pumps. Pump it through. Yep. Alright, it's pumping. So now what we're going to do is crack the bleeder. So we pumped it until it got hard here. Sorry for the bad lighting. And now there's a little bleed screw right here we can crack. And fuel should be coming out of there. Alright, let's see. Alright, we're bleeding it now. Okay, it's coming through. Tighten that back up. Alright, pump it a couple more times. Alright, still hard. Alright, here we go. Let's see if she fires up. We don't have any throttle, and it looks like we don't have an on-off switch. I don't know where that would be. Was there ever one? Should probably figure that one out. Just trying to fix the choke cable. I'm gonna lube that up a little bit. Penetrating oil all along the cable here. Alright, we've got the choke on. Let's see if she fires up here. That would be something. We're not going to run it for too long because it is water cooled. See if she fires up here. A little gas on the cylinder. Just try to crank it. Doesn't want to go. Oh, close. If we had a throttle hookup, I could pull that a little bit. Let's put a throttle hookup on there. definitely getting gas. Flared up there for a little bit, but wouldn't stay running. Oh, it's pouring out gas through it. It's definitely getting gas. I'm guessing that carburetor needs to be gone through. It was really shooting out gas, so that pump is working. That's good. Let's try it one more time. Alright, just gonna prime the carb a little bit. So yeah, it definitely needs a carb clean. So we're gonna have to take off that carb. We'll have to get a throttle cable hooked up too for it. This line off of here. Draining that gas. Let's see how complicated is that carb to get off. Looks like just the choke is hooked up. That's not too bad. Alright, get the choke undone here. But it looks like you have to get the starter off to get that off. One nut off, one more to go. Little starter. All right, second nut out. This is all it's held on by. Alright, there we go. Carb is out. Let's tear into that. Alright. So it looks fairly simple. Let's just see if... Oh, there's gas in it. Oh, there's plenty of gas in it. Alright. Ooh. Gas doesn't look too bad in there. Looks like the float has some wear to it. It's all speckled. Surprised that doesn't have a leak. Looks pretty bad. No leaking though, no gas in it. No, needle was open. Well, what the heck? Needle looks good, seat looks good, everything looks super clean. What about the jet? Maybe that's clogged. Nope. That was open. That was open. Any other jet in here? There's this thing. I'm sure that's another jet. Let's open that up. There we go, it's moving now. See how many turns in before we completely destroy it. Line right there. We'll count how many turns. So, like 3/4 of a turn out. That one was. Looks good. I'll have to blow through all those passageways. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. That's weird that it wasn't starting. I wonder if we're having trouble with those spark plugs. But we'll blow through this carb with brake cleaner and some compressed air and we should be good. Alright, carb is all clean, ready to go. Let's see if she idles now. I don't think we're getting spark. Clean the points again, let's see what happens. Alright, so we're getting good fuel to the carb and we're getting good spark, so I'm kind of figuring it's compression. I did a compression test, it was 80 psi, so it went down 10 psi since we last did it. I just put some oil in the cylinder. We're going to see if it goes up a lot if we do that, and if it does, that means the rings are probably stuck to the piston. There was some rust on the spark plug, so I don't know, we'll see. Throttle open, here we go. Yeah, we're over 100. So I think the rings are stuck. Or just really worn out. So, that's not good. And I think it started up for a little bit because we had the oil in the cylinders for the first start. And that's why it fired right up, and then it just got worse and worse. That's what I'm thinking. All right, this one is at, let's see, with throttle open. About 80 pounds of compression. So again, that one went way down too. Now let's put oil in it and try it again. If it goes way up, we know it's the rings. See what we get this time. Throttle open. That one didn't go up too much. Went up a little bit. Went up to about 100 psi. But the other one went up a little bit more than that. So I'm thinking it's rings, which is a big bummer. We'll put some more oil in it and we'll see if it fires up. Nothing. Well, what the heck? I don't know what's going on with this thing. She doesn't want to run. Alright, we're getting absolutely nothing. No pops, no puffs, nothing. We've got good spark on both spark plugs. I just checked it again. And we're getting fuel. I put fuel directly down the cylinder, nothing. I put fuel directly down the carb, nothing. So it has to be compression, doesn't it? What else could it be? Timing, but I mean it's got a Woodruff key, so that wouldn't matter. It's a set timing. And the points I set to 0.02 inches. Those were already perfect. So I'm pretty stumped actually. I don't know. It's a little weird. I think the only thing left is compression. Like we checked, and it was about 80 psi, which maybe it's supposed to be a lot more, you know? So I think the only thing we have left to do is pull the engine. So we're gonna pull the engine, take off the cylinder, at least the head, and check out those pistons and cylinders and make sure they're not scored up, because maybe those rings are just stuck in the piston. I don't know. It's weird that it ran for a little bit and then all of a sudden stopped like that. It's really weird. But it won't even puff, so that's kind of how I know it's like it's got nothing then. Unless timing's like completely off. But still it would, you know, try to start. That's weird. Alright, we're gonna try one more thing before we take the engine out. I just find it weird that it, you know, it was running before. It should still run and pop over. So I'm thinking something's going on with the spark plugs. I actually changed the spark plugs to some used ones I had laying around, and it was doing the same thing. So let's see what happens with brand new plugs. We got these. Let's see what happens. We'll install these, and if that's the fix, that would be awesome. Alright, let's see what happens. Hopefully it's the plugs. Choke it. Awesome. It was the plugs. Are you kidding me? That's why you always put new plugs in. I thought for sure the used ones I had were good, but I guess they weren't. And I was like, no way, are both plugs bad? And then both used plugs bad. But sure enough, all of them were bad. It's running great. Sounds really good. I don't want to run it too long because this thing's water cooled. But let's start it up one more time and just adjust the jet a little bit. See if we can get it to idle. Oh yeah, she'll idle. You just have to get a throttle cable hooked up, but it is running great. So it didn't have low compression. That's good. Alright, so next video, we're getting everything else hooked up, hopefully, and taking it for the first ride. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Should be a fun next video. Until next time, we are out.